Gloucester Stage Youth Acting Workshop. Yay! So if we have any aspiring actors in the audience, just look at these kids up here on stage. They are all studying theater at Gloucester Stage Company. And they're going to be putting on a little production of Alice in Wonderland. So we're going to do the show. We're going to do it once. We'll take a little break. We're going to do it over again. It's a short show. And we'll need your help, though, okay? Because you might find characters in a bush or in a flower bed, okay? So if you can help Alice, make sure you help her, okay? Here's Alice. Wave to everybody, Alice. And this is Laurel. She is the education apprentice at Gloucester Stage. She wrote the show for us today. So here we are, Alice in Wonderland.
Alice, a 7-year-old girl, sat on the bank with her elder sister. Alice was feeling sleepy because of how boring sitting on a river bank is. She was very bored until...
Come with me and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look and you'll see into your imagination.
She followed the rabbit down a rabbit hole, and then fell down it herself. She fell for quite a while. The side of the hole was covered with shelves and cupboards. She fell for so long she became bored.
How long could I possibly spend falling down a hole? Could I keep falling until I come out the other side of the earth? Is that even possible? And who will feed my poor cat Dinah while I'm gone? I suppose my older sister could do it, but Dinah truly prefers it when I'm the one who feeds her.
She eventually hit the ground, unhurt, and saw the white rabbit run down the corner. She found herself in a corridor full of locked doors. She came across a bottle and cake with signs that say, "Drink me and eat me." She drank the bottle, which caused her to shrink too small to pick up the key she found on the ground. Then she ate the cake, which caused her to grow big enough to hit her head on the ceiling.
Ouch!
Scared, sad, and now with an oppressive headache, Alice did not know what else to do but cry. And her tears filled up the room, flooding the hallway and opening up one of the doorways. Once inside, the white rabbit ran by again.
I'm late!
Excuse me, Mr. Rabbit?
Alice chased after the rabbit, but ran into two funny-looking fellows.
Oh my, who are you?
Tweedledee!
And Tweedledum.
Oh, pleased to meet you. Pardon me, but you don't happen to be the two boys from the nursery rhyme.
Nursery rhyme?
Tweedledum and Tweedledee agreed to have a battle, for Tweedledum said Tweedledee had spoiled his new rattle.
You spoiled my new rattle?
Pardon me, but I'm looking for the white rabbit.
Oh, he went that way.
How did that nursery rhyme end?
Just then flew down a monstrous crow as black as a tar barrel. It frightened both the heroes so they quite forgot their quarrel.
A crow?
Oh, Marianne, I forgot the Duchess's glove and fan. Go inside the house and fetch them for me.
Oh, I'm not Marianne,
I'm late. Get the fan and gloves.
Although she was indeed Alice and not Marianne, Alice went into the white rabbit's house.
How strange it is to be ordered around by animals. If I go back home, should I listen to my cat Dinah if she told me what to do? That is, if I should ever see her again.
Suddenly,
Oh no.
Alice started growing again. The white rabbit was shocked by what she saw,
What is this?
and he rounded up other animals to help him get the giant girl out of this house. They yelled at her, amazed by how big her arms were. Then they started to throw rocks at her, which turned into cakes when they touched her. Alice ate the cakes and started to shrink down to normal size.
My goodness.
Alice saw a lovely little house and saw a fish walk up to the house.
I have an invitation for the Duchess to play croquet with the Queen.
I can take that.
Thank you very much.
No one will answer. Everyone who is in there is making too much noise. I'm just gonna sit here for a few days.
A plate flew out of the door and barely grazed the frog footman's nose. He didn't flinch at all. Annoyed by his idiotic behavior, Alice went and let herself in the Duchess's house. The Duchess was feeding her baby, a cat was sitting on the floor grinning, and the cook was pouring lots and lots of pepper into a cauldron of soup.
Achoo! Why does he grin so much? Are you the Duchess?
The cook kept throwing fire irons, saucepans, and plates at the Duchess and her baby.
You should be more careful with that. Mind yourself. Shall we instead speak of the Earth's axis?
Alice reluctantly took the baby. After a few moments, she noticed the baby had somehow turned into...
A pig?
Alice let the pig totter off and turned around to find a grinning cat.
Why do you grin so much? What does a cat have to grin about?
You must not know very much.
Well, that's not very nice. I'm new here. I don't know my way around or where I am. Where do you suppose I go next, since you think you know so much?
I suppose you could go that way, to the Mad Hatter and March Hare's house. But I warn you, they're both mad.
Oh, I don't want to be around mad people. I'm just a little girl.
You're in Wonderland now, Alice. Everyone is mad here. We all are. I suppose you've seen the other croquet match?
Croquet match?
Before she could ask him about it further, the Cheshire Cat disappeared before Alice's eyes. Cat first and smile second. Alice walked in until she came across what appeared to be the March Hare and Mad Hatter's home, with the two sitting at the table outside with the sleeping dormouse having tea.
There's no room for you here.
Would you like some punch?
We don't have any punch.
Well, that's not very nice to offer punch when there isn't any. That's uncivil.
Also uncivil to sit down at a table when you were told there was no room.
Your hair wants cutting.
Pardon me.
Why is a raven like a writing desk?
Do you mean you think you could try to find the answer to it?
Exactly so.
Do you have the time?
Why, it's 6 o'clock p.m.
This is broken. We're cursed. Time has cursed us, so we must have tea forever. Time has cursed me, cursed us, I say. It stands still forever at 6 p.m., so we must always be having tea. We got crumbs on it, and we're spreading butter on it.
Well, that doesn't make any sense.
Have you guessed the riddle yet?
No, I give up. What's the answer?
I haven't the slightest idea.
I suppose you should do something better with your time than ask riddles you don't have answers to.
You are a silly girl. I told you there was no room, and yet you sat down anyway. Go home.
Alice left and found herself in a beautiful garden where 3 playing cards were painting white roses red.
Why are you painting those roses?
Because the queen only likes red roses, not white.
The king, queen, and the rest of the cards entered, and Alice finally met the queen. The queen made it clear that Alice had to play croquet, and the game was odd. The balls were little hedgehogs and the mallets were flamingos. The entire time the queen seemed to be upset, saying,
Off with their heads!
whenever anything went slightly wrong or unlike she planned, Alice attempted to get away, but as she did, she saw the Cheshire Cat again.
How's it going?
Terrible. The queen keeps trying to behead people for no reason. And this isn't croquet, it's simply uncivilized.
Tell me about it.
Off with her head!
I can't. He's just a floating head. There's nothing to take his head off of.
After he left, the queen decided the croquet game was now only between herself, the king, and Alice, and every other player was to be beheaded.
Never mind, just go home.
And the queen decided to introduce Alice to the mock turtle.
Why is he so sad?
Don't worry about that. He just fancies himself aside.
I used to be a rail turtle.
Used to?
I went to sea school every day. They taught us railing and riding, uglification, distraction, and diversion.
And what would you do when your lessons were done?
Silly girl, they're lessons. They lesson.
And what did you do when there was no time left for lessons?
Have you ever been introduced to a lobster?
At first, Alice started to say that she had eaten one once, but then quickly decided to say,
No, I haven't.
Alice sat with the mock turtle a while, telling him some of the adventures he had experienced since arriving in Wonderland. He sang her a song about a lobster that didn't make much sense, and also a song about turtle soup.
Beautiful soup.
The tr- Is the trial?
It's okay. Everything will get better. Don't worry.
Thank you, Alice.
You'll
The
be okay,
trial is
turtle.
beginning, and the turtle brought Alice back up to the king and queen. She walked in to find them sitting in the thrones and the knave tied up.
The accused is tried with the crime of stealing the queen's tarts. The first witness is the Mad Hatter. Please remove your hat.
Impossible. I don't own hats. I sell them. I was sitting having tea at 6 p.m. when the March Hare said,
And Alice noticed that she was slowly growing bigger again.
I said no such thing.
What right have you to grow so tall and take up all the air? Are you trying to scare a little dormouse like me?
Don't be ridiculous. I have no control over how high I grow.
Rule 42.
What's Rule 42?
All persons over a mile high are to leave court.
Why, that's ridiculous. I have no control over how fast or how high I grow. And you haven't even measured it from a mile high yet. And besides, I can't fit out the door, so I cannot leave.
You are in direct violation of Rule 42.
Well, I think you're making Rule 42 up.
It's the oldest rule in the book.
Then why isn't it rule number 1?
Off with her head.
The cards came at Alice, but Alice was unafraid.
Why, you're just silly playing cards.
Everything became a blur. Alice seemed to grow smaller, and the playing cards toppled on top of her until she woke up with her head in her sister's lap.
Wake up, Alice. You have leaves all over your face.
Oh, I had the craziest dream. There was a rabbit who could read time, and a cat who was just a grin, and a game of croquet with hedgehogs and flamingos.
Oh dear, Alice. I hope you always keep your childlike spirit.
The end.
Good work.
It's a nice spot to get your attention.